from the Lucas Oil Studios and riding on a dope set of General Tires. SpeedFreaks, Kenny Sargent, Crash Gladys, Richie, Cole, and Cody. Big Johnson. This isn't a show, it's a takeover, no rules, no limits, just speed, smoke, and straight talk. Strap in, Freak Nation! This is Speed Freaks and Horsepower Humpday!
31. We already won. Still got Black Rock. Where's the smoke at? Yeah.
Yes, you, and yes, you did, Cleetus. You did win, my friend. I need to turn my headphones up. Can you hear me, Crasher? There we go. Mm-hmm. Yes, you did win, Cleetus, because we have breaking news. It has nothing to do with the Chiefs trading with your Rams, Richie. Has nothing to do with that.
Let's go. Come on.
Has nothing to do with that.
Do a full hour on why the Rams are the new Super Bowl favorites for next year.
Has nothing to do with the Patriots releasing a top receiver. Has everything to do with that guy you saw at the tail end of that intro. It has everything to do with Cleetus joining RCR Racing. And according to our crack staff, Richard C., he's going to be running 3 races this year for Richard Childress. Is that right?
That's correct, yeah. Cleetus revealed today, RCR revealed today, that this is a 2-year deal with Richard Childress Racing for the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. I got it right that time. And maybe more races, depending on sponsorship. But yeah, 3 races this year at least, and then more races in 2027. And it all begins, his first race scheduled is going to be at Rockingham coming up in April, number 33. And it is going to be sponsored by a car wash company. And you can order your diecast already.
Tommy's.
No, come on.
Tommy's Car Wash. And you could. I don't know if I've ever seen a diecast go up quicker for pre-order than this Cleetus McFarland diecast went up today. They had it up in a couple hours. Usually it takes a day or two. But
did it go up with the announcement?
Pretty much, yeah.
I think Cody cleared out the shop.
One of us is already got it in the cart.
Oh my God!
Cleared it out.
How many did you order? Truth be told.
Oh, just one.
Are you sure?
We got to be conservative here.
And the paint scheme hasn't even been revealed yet, so it could be the ugliest paint scheme in the world, and you're still on top of it.
We've got our own TMZ crew where we have video of this actually being discussed at Daytona. All right, who's lying here? I'm lying. I was there at freaking Daytona 500. Roll that video. And I was curious why in the hell Cleetus was hanging so tight with Richard Childress and Austin Dillon. Well, okay, come to find out. Well, we know why. Right there, you can see Cleetus hanging with Austin, and as Richard Childress is waiting on Kyle Busch to hopefully grab that pole for the 2026 Daytona 500, and eventually he did.
And after that, shortly after that, I was on Kyle Busch duty, and that particular night. Shortly after that, they cleared the grid. It's just basically 2 guys and Kyle. He's getting ready to go out. So I step back, and then here comes this guy, Cleetus McFarland. We're walking right in to stick his head into the, next to the window net. I'm like, oh.
There you go.
So we should have known. We should have been better. We should have known something was up.
We got it down now.
Freaks knew first.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Richie, you have a poll out there with the Freak Nation asking if he is ready for the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series.
That's correct. At SpeedFreaks on Twitter right now. Is Cleetus ready for a NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series ride? Get ready for this. Cody Big Johnson, you are going to hate the people of the Freak Nation for this. 86% are saying no.
Yeah.
Well, why is that a surprise? I mean, it's not a surprise. No. The guy hasn't run the series.
I think it's also a fact too.
Yeah, it's not like you're trying to break some freaking mold here. All right.
I'm just going to say that I don't think he's ready either.
Yeah.
But and you're one of his biggest fans.
I am. I'm literally wearing his T-shirt right now. Clean squirrel, come on. But no, I don't think he's ready either. But every one of you said he needs more seat time. Mm-hmm. Here's the seat time.
There it is.
Exactly.
But of all places, right? You say the Rock's the first place?
Yeah.
Rockingham.
Oh, boy.
Which is where he just did a test, I believe, maybe earlier this week at Rockingham in an O'Reilly car. And now this was announced a couple days later. So.
Got it.
So Rockingham, Talladega, Daytona. That's what he's going to allegedly be in.
Talladega?
Cleetus at Talladega.
What's more American than that? He's going to be on a massive high that weekend.
Yeah, that just suits. Oh, my gosh. Yes.
Freak Nation, coming in as part of this show will be Casey Mears. We spent a good hour and 15 minutes with the guy earlier today, but we touched on a number of topics that are frankly front row, that are front page rolling into Phoenix and out of what Tyler Reddick did at COTA. We'll talk to Casey Mears about that. We've got more news regarding our good friend Pato O'Ward, backtracking a little bit as IndyCar gets set to open up for NASCAR this weekend, it being the doubleheader with IndyCar and NASCAR at Phoenix. Also coming up in the show, Tyler Reddick's odds. If you bet him to win the first four, is that right? Three? Okay, the first three. If you bet him to win the first three races, we have a figure here that might blow you away. If you picked him to win those first three, we'll share that with you coming up in the Freak Nation.
Did anyone in the world do that? I mean, is this just one big hypothetical, or did someone actually win?
I think it's a hypothetical. I haven't seen anyone bragging about their winnings.
They must have been listening to SpeedFreaks on Sunday night on FS2 because Kenny, you brought that up. You asked Cole, I think even on air, if anybody knew the numbers there, and then we found out later this week.
Huh.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm going to do, Freak Nation? I'm going to do something I typically don't do. Go ahead and get a close-up of Crash Gladys. Oh, let's do that. Oh, Crash, just talk for a little bit. Something's bothering me with the camera.
Oh, okay. Would it happen to be my camera? No, it's not. And he's going to walk right in front of me right now. And oh no, he didn't. Okay. Because that's my camera right there. All right. So if you are cool with it, then I'll just get right into the Pato conversation. Because, okay, this weekend, IndyCar and NASCAR will share the stage being Phoenix International Raceway. We don't call it that anymore. Phoenix Raceway.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Phoenix Raceway. And on Saturday, the events are going to be IndyCar kicking things off, and then the O'Reilly Series in the night, and then Sunday, the main event. I guess I'm just going to say it that way.
It is.
Because it is the main event, the NASCAR Cup Series. Well, Pato O'Ward was asked about the two series joining forces at the Phoenix Raceway. He was asked about it last week before St. Pete really got going. And you could tell we don't have the whole 2 minutes here, but you could tell he was just a little uncomfortable with the answer, even though he was very sure of himself. Let's play a little bit of what we do have him saying, and then we will pontificate from there.
I'm sick and tired of IndyCar being like the support race. So I don't know.
That one
honestly,
feels like a double header more, though. Don't you think?
I mean, yeah, for the fans, not for us. So, I mean,
you guys get in there first.
We get in there first.
You guys have Thursday and Friday to
Yeah.
yourself.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. But people like to go Saturday, Sunday, and I know the races on Saturday, which, I mean, I don't mind races on Saturday, but I know every time we race with them, we're always the support show.
There's a reason. Okay, let me back up a little bit, because I see a lot of NASCAR fans commenting on his comments, on Pato's comments, and saying, well, stop being so myopic, which, yeah, okay, it is a little bit of a myopic point of view, but it is his point of view. He's allowed to say this, but he also needs to understand there will be some consequences. Pato wasn't even born yet, but IndyCar was the grand poobah. IndyCar was the number one series in America for decades until they stupidly split in the mid-90s. And then that's when NASCAR just vaulted to popularity. Unfortunately, the Dale Sr. tragedy in 2001 then took it to another level, and IndyCar has not been able to make up for... They haven't been able to get back on track to where they used to be since then. So it's been 30 years. But Pato has not been a part of that. So a driver such as a Dario Franchitti or a Mario Andretti or a Tony Kanaan getting upset about being a support race, I could understand, because they've seen it on both sides. They've been a part of both sides. Pato, though, no. So for you NASCAR fans that are unaware that, yes, IndyCar was once more popular than NASCAR, just have that in the back of your mind. Other than that, Pato, the reason you are the support series this weekend is because IndyCar has not been back to the top step of the podium since the mid-90s. And yes, you arguably need these extra eyeballs that NASCAR has proven they can get on their race weekend. Just enjoy it. Just enjoy being a support race and see what you can get out of it to help your series grow, because IndyCar is still in a necessary growth mode.
Well said, Crash. And honestly, I think this is how I would liken it. I would say that NASCAR is the motorsport equivalent of the NFL stick and ball sports. It's the big one, Mm-hmm. So I think what IndyCar is doing here and kind of marrying and merging the two weekends together is going to do wonders for IndyCar because we've seen them do good things this past year on their first full season with Fox as far as gaining new viewership and ratings and whatnot. But it's also a proven fact that NASCAR puts out more numbers. You look at the ratings from COTA this past weekend, along with IndyCar season opener at St. Pete. Cup Series was 3.9 million viewers. O'Reilly, 1.07 viewers. The Truck Series race, the lowest developmental series in NASCAR, got 1 million viewers, which was only 400,000 less than IndyCar's season opener. So to me, I get where he's coming from, but you need to at least acknowledge that it's going to do good things for IndyCar.
Yes.
It should bring in more eyes, whether it be at the racetrack or on TV. Mm-hmm. And there's no downside to me for this at all. So I think Pato's been very good at complaining a lot, and he belongs in F1 with Richie's folks.
Well, what you
he
said,
has like an
he wants
F1
to.
mentality. It seems
He
like.
wants to.
Wait, yeah, he does want to. What did you say they need to? Shoot, I knew it would slip out of my mind because I'm old and I can't remember things anymore. But something along the lines of he needs to be able to accept this. Yes, Pato. I'm losing where my train of thought was. But yes, this is how you grow. You need the support of the eyeballs of the other series.
You know what?
I'll get back to my
you know what it
thought,
reminds me of while you're thinking about your thought crash is I was talking to the guys here behind the scenes before the show, and I was explaining to them that coming up this summer, my friend and I are planning on going to Lollapalooza in Chicago. It's a music festival, one of the biggest music festivals in the world. They do 100,000 plus people, I think, every day. Downtown Chicago, Grant Park, once home to the, of course, the Chicago Street Race for NASCAR. Mm-hmm. But that's and what is the great thing about music festivals? Well, you have your headliner, yes, but most of the times you go to a great music festival, and the person that's playing second to last is often a co-headliner. Mm-hmm. That's what this is for me. This is the motorsports equivalent of a music festival where you go and you get multiple styles of racing the same weekend. It's a music festival. IndyCar's not playing second fiddle. They are co-headlining the weekend.
There you go.
They are co-headlining the weekend Saturday afternoon, and they're kind of opening up in a way. They're like the opener for the O'Reilly series later that night.
And they're billing it that way.
Yes.
The Desert Double.
Mm-hmm. The Desert Double. So that's what it is. It's like a music festival for fans. And, there's somebody in our chat here, Brian. He's saying that he says he can't wait to see IndyCar for the first time ever.
Oh.
His first ever IndyCar race
Right.
in person is going to be this weekend. He said he's going to maybe work on some content for work as well. So that's the important thing, man. You're getting new eyeballs from even media perspectives on your sport. And I was looking at, not too long ago, I was looking at some of the grandstand sales for Saturday as well. And I think obviously they sell less tickets than they do on a Sunday for a cup race. But from that perspective, it looks like they've been selling a lot of tickets. So I hope people show up for the IndyCar race and don't treat it like it's not there. But using the music analogy again, I show up, I want to see the openers. I show up early. I show up at 7:00 when your headliner doesn't come on until 9:30 or 10 o'clock, right? That's what I hope people do this weekend is they show up and they see some racing they haven't seen before, and it's the perfect opening act for the O'Reilly Auto Parts series. And I think it's going to be great. It's going to be awesome.
40 miles an hour faster per lap.
Exactly. There's
There
so
is
much
that.
to love. There's so much to love. There's the speed differential. You have these talents like Alex Palou, obviously, who's a generational talent. And I don't know. I think it's something different, and it's going to, I think, grab a lot of people's attention that haven't seen IndyCar or got into it yet.
And Alex basically told us in the interview he's not real confident with his Phoenix car right now. He has fun at the test. He had fun at Phoenix Raceway, but he's not 100% believing that his car is dialed up. So that opens the floodgates for what will the veterans of this track do, such as an Alexander Rossi or a Scott Dixon or potentially even a Graham Rahal. I mean, it's wide open. It's truly wide open. And this is the first oval of the year. And this package was great at St. Louis. Should be good here at Phoenix.
A couple of things. One is I have no problem with what he said. If he's tired of it, great. We all want our drivers to say what they feel.
True.
Right?
For sure.
He's not wrong. He said, I'm tired of being the support series. Great. Okay. You can help contribute to that. Also, how many times, let me just make a perfect reference. 1979 for me. Ozzy Osbourne. Well, he was with Black Sabbath. And it was at the time, their retirement tour. It was known that Ozzy was going to be splitting from Black Sabbath. Well, it was supposed to be known. And there was an opening band for Black Sabbath. at the time. And I was there, Tarrant County Convention Center. And that band was Van Halen.
What a lineup, man.
Okay.
I don't remember shit about Ozzy, but I remember everything about Van Halen. And that's what can happen this weekend, is if you get there to go expect a bunch of these box cars running around Phoenix Raceway on Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock. No, you're going to see some finely tuned open wheel cars go faster than you've ever seen go around this racetrack and make moves in race cars that you've. And again, this is if you haven't seen IndyCar live. If you haven't seen IndyCar live, you're going to see cars do things that stock cars will never do. And you're also going to see IndyCar do things that stock car does that they can't do on that track. So I would embrace this as Van Halen opening up for Black Sabbath and go out there and have every intention to kick their ass. You see it so many times. Rich has been to a number of shows where I'm sure the opener kicked the ass of the headliner. Yeah. And this has every opportunity to do that if these cars match well with this new configuration. If they bring the 2018 race back here for 2026, it's going to suck hind boob. Yeah. But they have every opportunity to capitalize on this new audience that you guys are talking about and bring new fans over to have people with their mouths dropping when they see what these cars are doing going into these turns.
Let's, in perspective, the pace car for the IndyCar series and the pace laps that you'll see whether under caution or pre-race, that is faster than full-speed stock cars. Let that sink in for a little bit. That's wild. That's just wild. So the cars are going to act differently. They're going to be two entirely different shows. And if you are a true motorhead, you're going to love it. You're going to love both, just for different reasons.
Many years ago, we started talking about this, about teaming up with, about different series teaming up. And this was 10, 15 years ago, Crasher, where we had like a Tony George, who at the time was running the IRL, or maybe someone else that had, someone within the IRL saying about teaming up. And it was, they were kind of poo-pooing it, and this will never happen, and so forth. And it's happening, and it's got to happen more often, not just for IndyCar, but for NASCAR. It's got to happen for all these series.
They can both help each other. Because in the end, like you brought up the NFL comparison, in the end, motorsports' greatest competition is stick and ball. So let's get out there and get motorsports to be lifted, all of us together.
It's like I always quote Jerry Maguire, help me, help you. That's what it boils down to.
Help me, Jerry.
That's it. Simple as that.
So you've got a hell of a slate of racing. You have the IndyCar Series Saturday afternoon, the O'Reilly Series Saturday evening, and then, of course, the Cup Series on Sunday, Freak Nation. And ticket prices, I was looking at those earlier this week. Not bad for a 3-day pass, because you have the ARCA Series. Well, hold on a second. You have qualifying on – holy smokes. You got regardless, the price is bitching to see two big league series in 2 days. Right?
It absolutely is.
Yeah.
Worth every penny.
I'm not discounting that the O'Reilly race isn't going to be a big league race as well. So
yeah.
To be perfectly honest, you're going to see 3 big series in 2 days.
Yeah.
I think actually where's there he is. There's Big Balls right there. There's Big Balls, money, Big Money Byron. He is going to be racing in the O'Reilly series this weekend. He's going to be driving. There he is. Yeah, here's my boy. He's going to be driving the 88 for Junior Motorsports this weekend.
That's right. He is.
Yeah. So there you go. There's your money stop. Go bet on Big Balls to win the Xfinity Series this weekend.
That's right.
Yeah.
Fifth favorite for this weekend.
That's a T-shirt.
Favorite for the O'Reilly Series, though.
Bet on Big Balls.
Big balls. Always bet big balls.
That's a T-shirt right there.
Yeah.
Always bet big balls.
Put that in the freakware shop.
Yeah. Big Balls Byron. Hey, Cole, the odds of Tyler Reddick to win his 4th race in a row, what are they set at?
Get this. Open the week, plus 2,000.
Got it.
As of before going live, plus 1,100 as the 6th favorite. So they've jumped dramatically in favor of Reddick.
Right.
Ryan Blaney's still the runaway favorite with this one. He's been lights out at Phoenix, but yeah, Reddick's right up in there. So see if he can go undefeated 4 in a row.
You know what you don't, and this is kind of sad. Maybe it's, and we're in the vacuum too. I just don't hear, unless we talk to them, I don't hear Cup drivers talking about IndyCar. Do you guys?
No, not really.
You don't, do you?
Wow, no. I'm thinking.
You really don't.
You don't. You hear IndyCar talking about NASCAR. You don't hear Cup guys talking about IndyCar.
And it's not intentional. You just don't. you don't hear that question.
But then
There
again,
was- you
the
know
media's
what?
not asking, right?
So we spoke with Logano at Phoenix Raceway in November.
Yeah.
And he made mention of this, actually. He was saying, like, he would love to watch more IndyCar, more F1, but they're racing the same times or weekends that they are. So it's really
Forgot
hard to,
about
like, keep tabs on those different series.
Sure.
So
Yeah,
it makes sense.
Yeah, Pato mentioned that too.
Yeah.
He's the opposite way, where he's like, I don't watch NASCAR. I don't really watch any of these other series too. I think it wasn't in the video there, but he did mention that as well. He's like, he's solely focused on IndyCar.
Yeah.
Do we have the odds on any IndyCar drivers for Saturday afternoon?
I just looked it up on a couple of different books, and they're not listed yet.
Not yet.
Damn.
They're kind of late to the party with the
Yeah.
betting stuff.
NHRA has their odds.
NHRA
yet for
odds are up,
Gators.
dude.
Yeah.
Actually,
Wow, really?
I was actually looking at this the other day because I was curious. I wanted to look at IndyCar odds. I ended up stumbling across the NHRA odds. At least when I looked, and this was maybe on Monday or something, Austin Prock to win the Gator Nationals is like plus 400, 4-1. Austin Prock in his debut race with his new team.
Yeah.
One of the best funny car driver out there right now for the last several years.
Yeah.
Plus 400.
Proc Rocket, baby.
Whoa.
But that's a great
Okay.
point. Again, we're playing on inside baseball here because we know what NHRA is to NASCAR. But going to a new team and not having those endless pieces and parts of force. I know Bob Tasca, he's got his share of ammo. But man, going from Force to Tasca,
You just can't bet against him. He's like
No,
yeah.
he's like the SVG of NHRA.
I hope.
Is he favored?
I hope.
He is.
He's
Yeah.
favored.
Yes, plus 400. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Where's Leah Pruitt for Top Fuel?
Ooh, I gotta look this up. Let's see. Leah Pruitt. She's back this year for Tony Stewart.
Did I see she's writing a book or has written a book, something like letters from Leah in stuff that she is essentially as a driver coming back from being on maternity leave.
Okay, here we go. I got
Her
it.
thoughts, and she's
haven't
putting
seen
them out
anything
to
about that.
Dominic, and then they're
Oh,
putting
that's
them all
cool.
published. Yeah, it was a cool concept. Maybe it's being developed this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right, here we go. Leah Pruitt is the 6th favorite, plus 800 in the Top Fuel category.
Okay.
Yes.
Is Coletta number one? Then
Doug Coletta, number 1. Sean Langley, number 2. Justin Ashley, number 3. Tony Stewart, number 4.
Where's Antron? It's 6?
Leah's 6th.
He's 8th, plus
Holy
1,000.
smokes.
Yeah.
What about Maddie?
Let's see. Maddie Gordon is down the list a little bit, plus 6,000.
She's a rookie.
It's all right, man. It's all right.
She'll be fine.
Hey, Freak Nation, we had Casey Mears in here earlier, about an hour plus. Good time with him that we'll have up on our YouTube page and, of course, play on our Sunday night show on FS2, which, by the way, Freak Nation, be sure you subscribe to our podcast where all your podcasts are downloaded, whether it's Spotify or Apple. And, of course, watch us Sunday nights on FS2, 7 p.m. Pacific and 10 p.m. Eastern. And all full 2 hours, of course, on YouTube and the Freak Radio Network and every other social media outlet. Okay, where the hell was it going? Okay, so Casey Mears was in here, and we talked about so many things, but specifically, we saw Brad Keselowski's comment about road courses just blow the hell up on our socials. And it might have been because he was kind of snarky about road courses, or as Casey Mears talks about, maybe it's because if he puts on the... Regardless, Brad Keselowski caught a lot of heat for his opinion on road courses. So let me set this up for you. Do we start it out with me asking Casey Mears about the road courses? All right.
Yes.
We do? Okay. So this is, again, earlier, Casey Mears here in the Lucas Oil Studios. Again, Casey Mears, who ran the Daytona 500 and, of course, had a full-time ride for many, many years in the Cup Series, has a strong opinion on road courses. So we'll set this up. It's Casey Mears and Brad Keselowski, or regardless, you'll get the gist of it, talking about road courses and a road course not being in the chase.
Being
Oh.
That's not it.
Hey.
Never mind.
That is not it, Freak Nation.
The NASCAR fans got that redacted. It's like I was about to make another redacted joke, but I'm not going to do that. Not going to do that. I know, even though we're just on YouTube today, but no redaction jokes. Even
All right,
though
we'll
probably get
try
where
it
I'm going
again.
with that.
All right. Let's see if it's going to run. Nope.
Wow.
Hey.
You want to can we reconfigure it to? Yeah, that's all right. But on that note, the majority of comments that I saw, guys, and again, Richie's the freaking social media hound over here, were against what he was saying. And it seemed like there were many road course fans out there that kind of took it personal on really how he approached it. And some people got after me that I was Mr. freaking neck effer going, yeah, you're right. Well, I'm just sitting there going, I have no idea what's going on, can crash here, this on the mind. But regardless, it seems like more of the folks that were hammering him were like, I want more road courses. Mm-hmm. Did you get that vibe?
That's the vibe I got. Real quick, Cole. The vibe I got from a lot of people was, first, a lot of people were more or less against road courses, but the one thing that they had to say from Brad's perspective was like, listen, dude, no shit, Sherlock. You don't like road courses because you can't freaking race there. You're not good. Mm-hmm. Guess what? He's got like 4 top 10s or something or actually like 7 top 10s in the 33 plus road courses that he's done. Like he's not good there. So no wonder he doesn't want to race there. Go ahead, Cole.
No, I wasn't going to say anything. I can add, though. I can add. Yeah. No, that was most what I saw, too, was people were mainly saying, like, you really can't run 5 or 6 road courses out of the 36-race season, which, in the grand scope of things, it's really not that much. Yeah. And I think it personally adds more diversity to the sport. You want to have more disciplines that these guys are racing on, the best stock car drivers in the world. So, yeah, I agree with the masses on this one. For as much as I don't like road courses personally, with this car, I agree. I definitely agree with the masses.
Because and Brad in that, and hopefully you'll get to hear again in case you missed it. But the one thing he brought up was like, oh, well, road courses don't get the ratings. Oh, they don't get the attendance. But from everything I saw, and one of our great Freak Nation followers, Tolbear, he was out at COTA this weekend, and he was sending us some pictures and everything, and it looked packed. Everything I saw from fans who were there on location at COTA were saying how many people were there.
It was billed as the most attended COTA race in NASCAR history. So that's.
Did you guys see Atlanta and the stands? That huge section of empty ass.
Atlanta had
a
lot of empty. Yeah.
Have you guys seen Bristol lately? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Bristol can't get half full for its day race. Yeah, and even their night races falling off. Mm-hmm. So to say something about it, look, the majority. I'm not saying 95%, but the majority of drivers that I talk to say, yeah, we want a road course in the chase. But getting back to Kozlowski's point, yeah, you're a little biased because you don't do well on road courses. It's like, well, Kenny, do you want to go eat some black licorice, in order to be a great radio guy? No, but you need to be a better radio guy. Well, I hate black licorice. I'd throw up every time.
Well, and the bottom line, though, also, because he did say, and you can go elsewhere on our YouTube page and find this video that we put up and that has been blowing up, he did say, I'm going to put my owner hat on. So his owner hat might be different than somebody else's owner hat, but the sponsors are telling him that they don't want to be a part of a road course. They believe there's lesser ratings. They believe there's lesser eyeballs. It's not necessarily Brad saying that as fact. It's what he's being told by companies. So he's going to prefer whatever is best for the companies that he brings in as sponsorship.
Well, say that to EA Sports or any of the freaking video games that you play. Just go approach some of those sponsors. Maybe he's not approaching the right sponsors.
Yeah, true.
All right, now here's the video with Casey Mears, yours truly, or all of us, and of course Brad Kozlowski. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Right.
We opened up a can of worms for Daytona 500 by asking the drivers about a road course that is not in the chase. And to a lot of folks, Brad Kozlowski's answer was not suitable. And it was, I don't know why we have so many road courses. And then the response is, well, because you suck on road courses.
Yeah, right.
You as a driver, we don't have a road course in the chase, which don't you want to be known for being a badass driver on all formats of racing? Where do you stand with the lack of a road course in the chase and road courses in NASCAR in general?
I just put on my business owner hat, and I don't understand why the sport wants to run so many road courses. As a business owner, it's the hardest races to sell sponsors for. It has the lowest attendance, the lowest ratings. That doesn't make sense to me. We should be going places where the sponsors want to be there, the fans want to be there, and TV gets the best ratings. And road courses are historically the worst in all of those categories. So I don't feel any obligation to that.
Curious why you think that is. Why a road course, and it is. It's a fact. Why more people tune into an oval versus a road course?
I think a lot of fans identify NASCAR with ovals. And they understand the concept of what we're doing on ovals and enjoy it more than they do on road courses. That's my perspective of what I see. I can't speak for every fan.
I have a different opinion than Brad. I think that Brad, when he made that comment, he said, I'm going to put my owner's hat on here, right? It wasn't necessarily a driver's hat. He was looking at it from an owner's perspective. And there were some valid points that he had when he made that comment. But as far as a driver goes, I would love to have a road course in the Chase. I mean, I think the bigger variety that you can get inside the Chase is just how well-rounded of a driver are you, right? We have, when you think about unpredictability and all that stuff, you start thinking about these super speedways. There's so many things that happen out of your control. I think a road course is way more in your control. I mean, obviously you can get booted. Somebody can get in there too deep and you'd be the odd man out. But it's not going to take 15 cars out like Daytona or Talladega could. And those are in the Chase, right? To me, that's like a big roll of the dice.
Yes.
So. I love seeing variety. I've always loved seeing variety, but I came from an IndyCar background where I raced road courses. I've enjoyed them. They're a lot of fun. I do think that maybe they don't hold as many fans. Maybe they don't get to draw as many eyes. But the one thing I can say is every time you go to a road course, the amount of passionate fans that show up are different, right? I mean, they're passionate road course fans. Like you go to Watkins Glen, those people have been going there since the beginning of time, and they're super passionate fans. So I do feel that there's a place for it in our sport, and I would be fine with having a road course in the Chase.
I believe a point that he nailed right there is if you're going to put a super speedway in your Chase format, the former playoffs, now Chase. If you're going to put a super speedway in that format, that is a bigger roll of the dice than any road course ever could be. So guess what? You allow that when so many of your big names could be taken out and it could arguably not be fair. You got to have a road course. He had an extremely good point there.
And I think maybe the timing was what really rubbed me wrong. Was it's the Roval and then all of a sudden it's not the Roval. Just suck it up, be on a shitty road course for one more year, and then make your decision to move it away. Move it out and move it somewhere else.
Put something else in, like Coda.
Because it was already on the G-damn schedule.
Yeah.
That surprised me, too. I was confused as to why they changed it mid-year. But, hey, this is what it is. I'm happy about it.
Before the year.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
but
you,
it was
you
determined
announced
already.
it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm not mad with it, though. I would, again, having Watkins Glen or Sonoma in the playoffs would be great. Be preferred, obviously. Just having another discipline in there. The Chase, sorry. But it's a hand you dealt, so... No road courses this year in the Chase.
Here you go. Freak Nation, that's what you got. No road courses in your Chase. The greatest drivers in the world that we're told in NASCAR are not running a road course or a street course in the Chase.
This is a case to me of them listening too much to the fans.
Yep.
Because I mentioned this to you guys before where most professional sports aren't as reactionary to their fan base as NASCAR. And because you watch the NFL and they do not listen to their fan base whatsoever. If the fans are bitching about something, they won't change it until the ownership shows up and knocks on their door, till teams show up, knock on their door and say, hey, change this. They didn't change the kickoff rule and until a couple of years ago, and that's never going back. As much as the fan base in the NFL wants this new version of the kickoff rule to go away, the NFL is not changing that, right? And so NASCAR is, to me, and that's the only reason they changed the Roval away, is their fan base was bitching too much about it, how much they liked the oval format because of the 600 was so good last year. And so they reacted to their fan base and made this change, and that's something they need to be very, very careful about, because if you let your fan base make up your sport and make up rule changes, you're going to be in a very bad place. Because guess what, folks at home watching, you fans, us here, we don't know shit. You know what I mean? Like, if you let me decide what's going to happen with NASCAR, oh, buddy, your ratings are going to tank, man. Your ratings are going to tank, because we would go to COTA 33 times a year, and then we would do 3 more street courses, and then Dover and Bristol and Martinsville would all be dumped to the curb, and we'd never see them again.
Ooh, that's fighting words right
Whoa.
there. Miles right there. Got really.
But they would also be 120 minutes too.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yes,
that's
they were
awesome.
That's my hot take right there. Is now first I was bitching about this at Coda even, so you can't say anything about me. Oh, I love road courses, but like 30 laps too long. So NASCAR, put it to clock, right? What race was that? It was the truck race. Right?
Oh, right.
The truck race a couple weeks ago where they basically had the time finish, and I know there were some drivers pissed about that, but like, put a clock, 2 hours. They do it in IMSA. They do it in sports cars. Nobody bitches about that, right? So why can't they do it in NASCAR? Give me a 2 hour clock and get out of there. And hell yeah, baby. Then I can go and drink more after the race.
That's hell yeah. You just said hell yeah. That's their slogan.
I can say back in the late 2000s that people were again bitching about Major League Baseball, and someone brought up. Again, it might have even been an owner at the time, brought up the initial conversation about a pitch clock. And man, you must have thought someone just crapped in every freaking Major League Baseball player's cereal that morning. But lo and behold, that pitch clock and a number of changes that they've made, they've cut that game short. And it doesn't sound like a lot, but an extra 16, 17 minutes, it makes a freaking difference.
It does, for sure.
And I think it's coming for NASCAR. It's just that they have this freaking multi-billion-dollar deal with these networks, and they realize that they're going to have to make some concessions with this next deal. They're not going to get as much cake. It's not going to happen. So, I mean, right now they've got to fill the invoices of what's happening now through. How long is this deal?
It was 7 years that began last year, so we still have 6 seasons left.
Right. Yeah, there might be concessions made if we see more deterioration with these ratings with NASCAR. There might be. But changes like a time limit, shorter races, it has to come because our attention span. Again, my attention span at my age is supposed to get longer. My ass. No. I either want a NASCAR race to be 4 hours or 2. Because if it's 3, it messes with what I can do between lap 10 and lap 190. If it's 2 hours, I'm there for the duration. If it's 4, I'm there for maybe 60, 50% of the race.
The beginning and the end. And in the middle, you can do something else.
I'm sorry. It doesn't mean I'm not a NASCAR fan. It just means it's too damn long. The last time I sat through a Major League Baseball game, it might be the World Series with the Rangers and the Diamondbacks.
2 years ago.
That's it. And it has everything to do with timing. And there are 2 people on this set that have a child. The other 3 guys, they don't have a child, but they got other things that are pulling them away from it. So you just got to face up to the fact that that's another evolution that you've got to come to grips with, NASCAR, is you've got to play to not necessarily your base, but you got to play to, what do they say, Crasher? Read the room.
Read
the room. Because they can see when people are coming and going in a race.
Yeah.
You can see all that.
That's a really good point. And if we, we don't need to ask for those ratings, but for an executive group to be able to sit down and actually dissect, you had the big numbers at the beginning of the race, the big numbers at the end of the race, and why are they falling and gapping, throughout the race. That would be some key information for them to take into the future because, I'm with you. Shorten the races, but I'm going to add to that, shorten the season. Mm-hmm. Season is way too long.
I mean, Cole, at your age, I would hang an old Arlington Stadium on bleacher seats, $3 seats, and just drink beers for probably a dozen Rangers games.
Nice.
They sucked hind boob, didn't care, but just the atmosphere, the smell, just the whole ambiance. There is no way at my lifestyle right now that I'm going to sit in the stands 12 times a year with the Diamondbacks and not look at my phone and not think about car payments and not think about my daughter's soccer game and not think about what the hell's going on in Iran. My point is this. There's so much stuff going on right now that it's tough for me to spend 3.5, 4 hours watching a GDM race.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I think part of the resistance to that change is obviously tradition. NASCAR is built on these longer races, but it's also like the endurance factor. So I think in racing, all forms of motorsport, endurance is a big thing that should be taken into account. However, there's a way to combat that. You can shorten these races a little bit, just take out the stages.
No stages.
That also adds the
the brakes.
Endurance and strategy elements back into it, even more so. So there's ways to go about it, but I think that's part of the resistance is just that endurance factor.
Well, you know what? When we talked about this on Speed Freaks 10 or some odd years ago, in which there are some races that need to be endurance. The Daytona 500 needs to be the Daytona 500. The Coca-Cola 600, as much as we make fun of it because it's 600 miles, it's the only one. Let's keep it. And then maybe a couple other 500 milers, but then everything else, let's scale it way back.
Yeah.
And let's so you have then a series that is great with endurance and great with sprint type races. I mean, so again, it's kind of like going to the short ovals, super speedways, road courses for diversification of your series. Now the lengths of your series can be more diversified. That gets the crew chiefs more involved, and strategy becomes a bigger deal. And then drivers have to drive differently at some places. Hallelujah! We got diversity.
Look at the O'Reilly races. The O'Reilly races have been the best product in NASCAR the last 10 years, arguably. Those races are the perfect length.
Yes.
They get what they need to get done in that time, and it looks so good on TV, and the stories play out so well.
A couple of weeks from now, the High Limit Series will be south of us where we are here in Phoenix. And I remember when we went out to Casa Grande and watched that race, and before you knew it, we're trying to get in, and we're out of there. It all happened within 3.5, 4 hours. Bam, we're done.
Smart.
Everything, beginning to end. It was it, done. And granted, we couldn't see 75% of that final because of the dust, but
Yeah.
that was kind of gnarly. But you just got to learn to cater to that audience. And it's not a knock against the old motorsports NASCAR fan. It's not. It's just meet us halfway.
Yeah.
Right. Just you've got the staples of NASCAR. You have the staples, and I'm not just talking about drivers or the tracks. You just have so many things that are still only related to NASCAR. But bring in something that's 2026, maybe, And I like I said, when the texts came out with Steve Phelps just saying all the wrong things, Steve Phelps, he may have made some mistakes, but him and O'Donnell are responsible for some fantastic things that have happened with NASCAR over the last 10 years. And I hope that what's transpired doesn't scare those forward thinkers. If there are any left, Steve O'Donnell, prevent them from moving the sport forward.
I think you're going to have the Michael Jordans then of the NASCAR world and the Denny Hamlins putting their foot down saying, hey, whoa, why are we taking 2 steps back? Let's keep going forward. Let's keep going. If that were to happen.
And we didn't hear this. We will when we play the Casey Mears interview. Something he brought up that I think all of us went, what? About how NASCAR, it took them so long to sit down and hear input from drivers. Yeah. And that was just
2010?
Yeah.
The 2010-ish era, yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Weird, it's weird to think about, yeah. So they weren't getting any input from the drivers or the teams, on how to move the sport forward and improve things. It blows my mind.
You have
but they're not a monopoly.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
You got say what you will about the players' associations, but every pro sports league has a player association, and they meet with the owners regularly. NASCAR didn't have it. Supercross doesn't have it. NHRA, they've got the pros.
PRO, Professional Racers Organization.
They've got that. So and I would say that's more well established than any other motorsports union.
Yes.
Sorry, it's a bad word to some folks. But I would think NHRA's Pro would be the only one that really has been established.
Formula One has had the Grand Prix Drivers Association for decades, I believe, at this point as well, if I'm not mistaken. I think
was it just gratuitous, or did they actually accept their input, you think?
I think at the time when it was, I think part of the reason that was formed because of Bernie Ecclestone. Because he ran that damn series like a dictator, basically. And I think that's part of the reason why it was formed. And at the time, again, I have to look into more of this, but I want to say it was formed in maybe like the 90s-ish era.
Right.
And at the time, the safety of the sport was still awful. And so it was formed for the drivers to have a little bit more input. I just don't know how much they listened to them.
Was it formed after Ayrton Senna, his fatality? Because that was mid-90s, and that actually, I'm trying to think back to that documentary that vaguely sounds familiar.
I'm going to look it up right now. But
did IndyCar ever have a
They tried, and it just was immediately poo-pooed. Yeah, and then
Right.
Yeah, here we go.
between the owners and Tony George, and then the drivers
Sure.
trying to do their
Yeah.
own thing, it's been a mess.
The original Grand Prix Drivers Association, I'm looking this up on Wikipedia, not Chat GPT, folks. It was originally formed in 1961.
Oh, well, there you go.
It was then disbanded in 1982 when, shocker, that was around the time that Bernie Ecclestone was starting to take over the sport in the early 80s. And then it was indeed reformed in 1994 after Ayrton Senna's death.
Okay.
And it's been around ever since then. And yeah, so I think a lot of the reason why I'm going to read this real quick just so we can get a little bit of background. You can learn something. So since 1994, the Grand Prix Drivers Association primary mission has been to improve safety on track. The association threatened to boycott the 2013 German Grand Prix after a series of dangerous tire blowouts at the British Grand Prix. They pushed for stricter safety regulations, and it's an area that the FIA traditionally did not regulate. So it's been around for that long time at this point. So there you go. The more you know, Freak Nation.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
You feel better about things now, Cole? You feel like you can walk out of here like you're an educated man?
I do, yeah.
Bang.
Well, you know what? It's like MJ said after this last COTA win. It's time for change.
It's time,
It's time for change. And it's happening before our eyes with these driver councils and whatnot.
So who, I don't want to spoil the lead here, so who would you pick? And again, I know the go-to is, of course, Ryan Blaney, but given your knowledge of what's going to happen this weekend, are you still riding the Reddick bandwagon?
The Reddick bandwagon? I mean, I think he's going to have a better race than he's had recently at Phoenix. This past 2025, he didn't place above top 20. But I remember very vividly when he first made the jump to the Cup Series. Mm-hmm. This was one of the first tracks he really caught on to. He finished third there, I think, in his next-gen debut at Phoenix. So I think one thing I've noticed also is that although Blaney's been the best there whenever they've gone to Phoenix with this current car, it's always been Toyota has the speed in the spring and Ford has the speed in the fall.
Interesting.
So we've seen the JGR Toyotas mainly be the winners in the spring. So I think that 2311 has looked amazing. Top 2 in the standings. Reddick has had success at this track before, so never say never. So, little tease.
All right.
And JGR's kind of in a political court type mess right now.
Yeah, they are.
Attention a little diverted.
Mm-hmm.
What is the latest on that, guys, with Gabe Hart and Joe Gibbs?
They settled, didn't they?
I haven't seen anything.
I don't know if that's the proper
haven't seen
term,
anything.
but
I don't think there's a settlement yet.
There was an agreement to where
Agreement, right?
Yeah.
to where Gabe Hart had to give back all the data to JGR, and he couldn't work in a role that was similar to what he was doing at JGR
Yes.
to avoid that bleed over information.
He could work at Spire. They would allow that, but it must be in a different capacity.
Different role. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which, what's he going to do?
Can I dumb this?
know.
Can I? You guys answer me here, because I'm asking this innocently. I'm going to dumb this down a little bit. So, Gabe Hart was accused by Joe Gibbs Racing of taking proprietary information over to Spire and utilizing that information to better Spire's team. That's what he was charged with, right? Or being accused of. Just agree with me, right?
Yes,
Is that
yes.
right? Right?
For the most part, I think that is.
Now, but it wasn't proven that he was utilizing that.
That's why they're in court, Kenny.
Okay,
We're trying to figure that out.
No, this is where I'm leading. That's what I'm leading up to, because I'm going to again. So the problem is that he actually took photos, or he took that he actually physically took that information
On his personal devices.
Yeah.
But if he wouldn't have done that, he could still apply everything that he learned from Joe Gibbs Racing to Spire. I mean, that's why you bring
Which you would
people-
think he would have some of it up in his melon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just, and I'm up until now, I'm with you about Gabe Hart. I mean, he was just a study for motorsports. Mm-hmm. But if this is the case, what a dumbass!
Yeah.
What a dumb ass!
Which I can't see being the case. That's
I
the
know.
thing.
Right, that's
So
my
it's like,
point.
I don't know. Yeah.
It's yes, you take what you learn. That's why people hire you. They want to bring your knowledge to make my team my
Right.
company better.
He's not going to copy and paste what he learned from JGR and just bring it over there.
If you
I wouldn't
are,
think anyway.
don't put it on your phone, idiot.
Yeah, I don't know. He had a Spire folder.
Okay,
I don't
that
know.
wasn't just made up. Or that was
I don't
real.
know. I mean, let's roll with it. It sounds good.
I think my favorite piece of information from that hearing was that the bashing of Ty Gibbs.
Yeah.
Oh, we should have
yes.
talked about that. That's right.
Yes.
So Gabehart, under oath, said that Ty Gibbs, would frequently either be late to mandatory meetings or skip out entirely on mandatory meetings.
Oh my gosh.
Which
and get away with it.
And there was no repercussions. So I found that to be a little funny. But
Well, if you read between the lines many times with Denny Hamlin,
Oh, yeah.
you could pick up on.
yeah, and the thing is, you go from being still one of the best crew chiefs in the garage area, but you're working with Denny Hamlin, one of the most established veterans and figures in the sport's history, and you're put on Ty Gibbs' team to kind of uplift his career, and he's not putting in the effort to improve and be present and do all these things that you should be
And you're
doing.
being micromanaged while over there.
Correct.
Not doing the same thing that you did with Denny because even though you were told it's
Yes.
just going to be like what you had with Denny.
Right.
But it's not.
Yep. So
That's uncomfortable.
I understand why he was frustrated. Maybe there was some malicious intent involved in taking the data, but
A little behind the scenes, Freak Nation. Again, I'm sure Ty Gibbs is a fantastic human being outside of the racetrack, but when drivers come into the media center for their scrums to talk about their qualifying or the track or their practice, you get a chance to ask drivers a number of things. They'll spend what do they give them, 15 minutes in there? Yep, right?
I was going to say even more, but is it typically 15?
I think minimum's like 10, 15 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's been one of the great changes of NASCAR over the last
Awesome.
or post-COVID, I will say. Yeah, that's been awesome.
Usual least attended. Okay, top 5 unattended drivers, least attended drivers with a microphone is Ty Gibbs. He'll come in and he'll just sit over there, and you'll have a straggler every now and then walk over there and ask him a question. It's like it's kind of uncomfortable. It's like, bro,
It
just sack up, find a way to at least be a nicer, more open person and just have a conversation.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're a nice guy, Ty, but anytime we've had you on the show, you and Noah Graxon were the two that wanted to get out of these interviews quicker than anybody. It's like, just at least give me 10 minutes of wanting to be here, whether it's at a racetrack or on my show or talking to Cole or Crash or Richie.
It's part of your job. You are marketing your series.
Yeah.
You just do it. Don't have an attitude when you do it because fans are watching. There's nothing else I can say. It's like, why is this so hard for you when you signed up for this? Just deal with it. Fans are looking.
You're hurting your own brand, and you're just not helping the sport move forward with bringing out your personality. And I feel like with most of those guys that you mentioned, it's like you give them a question, they give you a very PC 5-word answer, and they don't elaborate. They just give you like what they've been told or programmed to say, and that's it. So it's just give us more to work with, right?
Yeah.
So there you go, Freak Nation. Yep. We ended on a low note.
Hello.
Colton Hurd is going to make his F2 debut this weekend too.
Right.
Booyah.
I just got reminded to that as well. So they're in Australia, so you can watch the Speaking of support series from earlier, you can watch Colton Hurd's F2 debut on Apple TV. I think this weekend. I think
everything but Formula One's race is free on Apple, right?
Yes, actually, yes.
Even the sprints.
Cool. Sprints, I believe, are behind the paywall. But yes, all the practice sessions. I actually found this out yesterday. All the practice sessions are going to be free on Apple TV. You do not need a subscription for it, but I believe qualifying in the race.
Badass.
Yeah.
Respect.
Right. I am so freaking stoked about this weekend, and I think maybe everybody on this set has damn near everything crossed that IndyCar shows up and shows out and shows some folks why at least a couple of people on the set think it's the most badass series on the planet. I'm just hoping that the package is there, Crasher.
They're doing Highline practice on Saturday, right? Mm-hmm. Is it Saturday or Friday?
No, it's
Friday.
It was Friday.
Friday they're doing Highline practice.
So I'll be there for Highline,
and then there's other practice after that, so you just hope that it sticks. Yeah, whatever. There's a few things that need to go right, but yes.
Yep. Because, again,
They need 2 lanes. They need to be able to pass.
Cole saw one of the best races of the year at Worldwide Technology Raceway last year. And if you could just encapsulate, just take that everywhere.
Yes.
If you could take that and put it at Phoenix, come on.
And there's been comparisons too between Worldwide Technology Raceway and Phoenix. But beyond that, it's like the oval product has been majorly improved in IndyCar. And plus, we also forget that the last time IndyCar raced at Phoenix was the last time there was a series on that old configuration. So this is going to be a new configuration. We already saw them pushing over 170 miles an hour at the test session. So I think it's going to be a big improvement, and it should be a great weekend.
Yeah.
I'm curious because there's the big difference between Worldwide Technology Raceway and Phoenix is when IndyCar was there, obviously they didn't have the rubber being laid down from all of the NASCAR series that were there as well. So I'm curious how that's going to affect the racing for IndyCar, because when they were testing here, obviously, I think they had the first test they did was just after the Cup race in November. So they still had that rubber laid down after that weekend. But as the rubber accumulates from all those cars across the weekend, how that's going to affect the racing, or if it does at all, actually.
I mean, they were saying at the test that they were anticipating it would impact the racing.
Yeah.
Going from
hopefully for the better
tire
too.
compound to theirs,
Yeah.
So we'll see.
So Freak Nation, be sure you're all over Fox and Fox Sports and FS1 and FS2 this weekend, man. Don't forget Speed Freaks every Sunday night on FS2 beginning at 7 o'clock and at 10 p.m. Eastern. Watch us on YouTube the full 2 hours, or listen to us on the Freak Radio and Podcast Network. Be sure you download our podcast every week. This will be up on our podcast once we finish this show, and again, every Sunday night. And probably every bit of freaking audio we're putting up now is going to be all over our podcast for you to download, Freak Nation.
Just always playing YouTube and all the podcast networks, Spotify, Apple, everywhere.
Cleetus! You excited there, Skipjack?
You're damn right.
Hey, can we show more behind-the-scenes TMZ video that we caught of Cleetus?
Oh, boy.
At Daytona. Let's show that.
Only if you caption whatever Austin is telling you.
Little did I know that these guys were powwowing about Cleetus joining Richard Childress Racing for at least 3 races this year, and then for 2 more years running the RCR colors. Look at that. Yeah, baby. He said, yeah, we're going to run the rock. We're going to run the rock first, baby. We're going to run the rock.
Maybe Daga.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
RCR is going, you little freaking punks, get away from me. I want my boy Kyle Busch to keep this pole, man.
Yeah, Richard. We need to take that. And the bad lip reading. Have you guys been exposed to bad lip reading?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Freaking love it. We need to do our own bad lip reading of that.
That's true.
Because it is. You could almost see his mouth going,
Okay.
yeah, maybe we'll start with the rock. And then I'd say Daga.
It's true. That's a good congratulatory laugh there, Cole. Thanks for laughing.
He's good at that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Cole,
Thank you,
Cole.
Cole. Thank you.
You're getting a little more comfortable in that seat. You're moving around okay.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
Richie's already made himself at home. He's already got crumbs in his seat. And you like this setup, Richie?
I do. It's much more comfy, and I feel like I can yell at Cole more easily from here because we're looking right at each other now.
Right.
Yep.
As opposed to being in my alcove to my right here.
Yeah.
FF1.
What'd you just call it?
It's alcove.
My alcove.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Love that. Is the catheter still there, by the way?
Yes, it is.
Hold that up. Freak Nation, look at that. That is a catheter. It is not a used, it's just a wilted catheter that Ivan Ironman Stewart brought into our studio over 20 years ago, just to show us that, yes, real men drive off-road trucks and wear catheters.
Yeah. While driving.
You can see in real time him working this out. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny when you guys were talking to Casey and you told him to pick this up. He was very reluctant to do so.
What, is this a joke? Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm just like, oh, cool.
And Casey's like, oh, yeah. You wrap that on yourself,
Yep.
and then you throw it down the leg of your fire suit, and you let it run out so that it just drips down the car. That is off-road.
Not everybody's.
I think that's what Alex Bowman was doing.
Oh, my God.
About the other side.
I mean, as a tease, like he was talking about that Baja 1000 stuff with the catheter, and that was some awesome stuff to hear about.
Yep.
Wild, wild times.
All right, Freak Nation. Again, Be sure you follow us on all our socials. We live here in Phoenix. We have the 411. What do the kids say nowadays?
I'm not a kid.
Intel,
Yeah, we have the intel on all things.
insider knowledge.
Yeah, okay.
That's
yeah.
a kid thing? Okay.
We got it all this week, and be sure you follow us.
We're like the Woj of
a freak bomb.
Freak Bomb. Oh, well, we had the Freak Bomb with the Cleetus video there.
True.
Freak Bomb.
Yeah.
We just didn't know it yet.
We had a Freak Bomb with the Brad Keselowski on
yeah.
road courses. Also Freak Bomb. Nobody else had that.
Yeah.
We need to come up with hey, chat GBT. I want a graphic with the Freaks logo exploding out of a bomb and some guy's head exploding.
It'd be Richie's head exploding.
Right.
Why did you use ChatGPT?
There is a bomb in the intro that you made, the new one.
Oh, there is
Oh,
a
it
bomb.
is.
A little
yeah.
bomb on there. Yeah.
That's
It's like a happy bomb.
CapCut.
Okay.
I think.
All right.
Hell, I don't know. I don't even know if I'm married.
We gotta
I'm a
give him a
chat GPT. Is that my child up there? The hell's your name? How did you get here?
Wow.
Son? All right, guys. We'll do it again Sunday night. Make sure you're part of this. See you.